Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mania 70 World Cup 2016. We're here with the last of the semifinals actually, with Singapore vs Philippines. I'm Deadbeat and I'm joined with Aslan, Zach, and we'll be soon later joined by Z-Trot. But for now, Aslan, Zach, how are you?
I'm doing great, Deadbeat.
Hello, doing good over here.
Nice to see you back. We haven't seen you this weekend, sadly.
Yeah, crazy busy weekend with some unexpected stuff coming up, so.
Unexpected stuff is never a bad thing, I guess. But yes, Singapore and Philippines is actually the last match for the weekend, and then after that we will have the long-awaited finals showcase, which I'm very much looking forward to. What about you, Zach, Aslan? You looking forward to the next map pool? Or the next and last map pool?
I'm looking forward to it even though I won't be here to see it.
I get this feeling the maps are going to be so hard I'm not going to be able to follow them.
Yeah, I know that feeling. We did some pretty impressive plays from both these teams yesterday. But I actually remember both the matches went to 6-4. Yeah, it was 6-4, wasn't it?
I believe.
Yeah, Singapore, Brazil, and Philippines fall. Yeah, they were 6-4. So considering how close their first two games were, hopefully this one will be just as close, if not closer.
Yeah, I'd really like to see a close match. Most of the ones that I've been watching have been a blowout.
Oh dear, you should have watched the ones yesterday. They were so good.
I really wish I could have, but I was just crazy running around yesterday.
Well, hopefully all that will quieten down soon. It looks like we're just waiting for one more person from the Philippines team here. Well, it looks like they've actually only got 11 minutes. That's not good.
Yeah, it's always a shame when this happens. Especially so far into the tournament.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay, please. Please don't even joke about that. Oh no. I think Bluefly wants to play while they wait. Looks like they're having a bit of a rolling contest. I don't think anyone's going to beat Evening though. At the very least, it does look like Pen is preparing for when someone does show up, so that is definitely a good sign. Commentators, anything for US Japan didn't work well, no match loss. Yeah, sadly that MP did actually glitch out. Nothing we can do about that one, sorry. I'm not liking this.
Neither am I.
Yeah, this really stinks.
Oh, I hope that's not true, Kay. I hope that's not true.
That is horrible.
Your nightmare, please. Why?
Daniel Rocks, we're still missing a team member from the Philippines right now. Provo Gaming, we're missing a player still. And a couple other people I've seen have, I guess, came in late. We're still missing a player from the Philippines, so we can't start the matches yet.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, Aslan, but these things do happen. When players don't show up, there's not much we could really do to avoid that.
So chat, how are y'all doing today? Who are you exciting to see in the finals?
I'm not sure about Twitch chat, but I will say one thing. I do know for a fact we will not be seeing the United States because they lost earlier today, if anybody didn't get to see that match.
Well, the US did just take 2 cups in a row, so I guess we can't be too disappointed over that.
Yeah, that's very true. But it was a very decisive win for Japan earlier, 6-0, clean sweep. The U.S. did give it a shot, though.
Alright, I think that's it. Time is sadly up. That is going to be a win for Singapore. As Pen has been saying, this is actually the first time this actually happened in the semi-finals. That is not good. But I guess with that, we will be moving on to an early Maple showcase.
That is quite unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Especially for those that received short notice to be here. And
Gee, I wonder who that was.
Yeah, we will be going over a map pool showcase for finals here in just a moment.
Oh, cool. Looks like the current Singapore and Philippines players are actually going to have a bit of a match anyway, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, they'll probably play at least a few things. I'm not 100% sure here. I'm still waking up. But it is quite unfortunate for those that don't know what's going on and you haven't been staring at your stream maybe and just listening. I'm not 100% sure. I just woke up. But unfortunately, it does look like the Singapore versus Philippines match is not going to happen. They might do a little bit of an exhibition out of good sportsmanship, but I'm not sure if we'll be showing that or if we'll be doing the showcase. But we will find out what's going on in just a moment. All right, and it does look like we're going to be going right into the showcase stuff.
Oh, we have our notes. Let's have a quick look at this.
And I'm going to go ahead and say the evening is not looking too confident.
Not going to end well. Oh, this is going to be good. When someone said this isn't going to end well, this can only end well. I mean, it's going to end well for us, so I don't know so much about evening.
Yeah. All right, so it does look like we're going to have Halogen with us here for our map pool showcase as well, so that's going to be great. He'll be able to give a lot of insight to the craziness we're probably about to see with our finals map pool showcase. We do seem to be having our players of Cyrulin and Evening that are going to host us this map pool showcase. And we'll go over the information of each map as we go through them in the case.
Oh my, looking at this list.
No.
I already know some of these maps just from watching really high level 70 players play through them. I've seen a couple of these already.
Alright, so yes, up first we have 12 little fragments of silence.
Really cool to see this map, not just because of the song itself and not just because of how it's constructed, but actually because of the mapper, Fullerene, who's normally a 4T mapper, actually made a contribution here.
So yeah, so this is a 7.46 star rating map with a length of 5 minutes 14. We're starting off pretty long here. And a DP of 220.
Stamina. I very much bet that this is just extremely long-winded streaming in the second half. I'm pretty familiar with this song, and I think a lot of people are.
I'm actually a little sad that the United States are out of the tournament now, because I think they would have picked this. Gingin, Sylvion, and Block have all favorited this map.
US favorites, nice. Ooh, really complex patterns here. Like right side roll there, some jacks on the first lane. The patterns look kind of rigid between each hand too. Those little bursts to the buzzes in the song too. That's hard to keep your bearings when you have those little blips constantly interrupting you.
Also like how Krylin decided to play this as hidden.
It might be due to the density in the back half. I mean, when you've got so many notes on screen, it's sometimes prudent to use hidden so that it's not as much required to process.
It also perfectly showcased what we can expect from the Degeneracy this week. Well, next weekend.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
We're showcasing the mess and the players.
All you also need now is somebody who plays Flashlight, then you can see how Malaysian Idiot's going to perform as well.
Excellent.
Oh, these patterns look really rough. And rightfully so, since this is the finals.
Alright, so just looking at our little notes here, so the first half, as you can kind of see, was mostly just chord streams with occasional little bursts, but we're going to be getting some chord jacks here coming up soon.
I love this nice little break here, like a calm before the storm.
Any instance when you play this song in a rhythm game, this is the part where you get your breather in the song, and then it just opens up and proceeds to destroy you. There you go. Here's your little bridge before the last chorus.
That single long note though.
Yeah, it's like holding a filtered synth the entire time. Here we go. Oh man, those chords. Just give you an idea about that. It might only be eighth notes or, just 1/2 snap. But when you have 4-note hits every single time, that's a really high note per second count. That's gotta be really draining on the hands. And oh, there is the streaming on top of it all. Oh my gosh. Taking no prisoners, that is insane. This is gonna be an awesome finale. Oh, those patterns too. There's like little bits of bracket scales there. You'll see, notes on lanes 1 and 3, then 2 and 4, then 3 and 5, and so forth. Those are some of the most uncomfortable patterns you can contend with when doing chord streaming. And giving you an idea of how hard these files are. I mean, two really strong players from two really strong teams that are still in the tournament, 90% and 93%. We're not even seeing S ranks anymore now. Yikes.
Evening advising people not to play this for a warm-up.
I would hope not, with how dense that is, man. Well, at the very least, he's saying he's pretty warm now.
You'd hope so. It's like, oh, you're not warmed up, we'll play it again.
Looks like up next we have Streaming Heart by Real. The creator is Dion Ray. Our start difficulty for this map is 6.87, a length of 2 minutes 57 seconds, 255 drain, and a BPM of 210.
Oh,
Six
man.
volumes is favorite by Kamikaze.
This song was in the Aus World Cup too. I don't remember where it showed up though. Was it the semifinals?
I can check.
I remember this being played quite a bit actually.
Looks like
Streaming Heart, semifinals.
Hey, I was right.
It was a no mod.
Jeez, 210 BPM and 6.9 stars. We are definitely no longer playing games. The map selectors have just gone out to have the players feel their full wrath. Pretty tame so far at the moment.
And there it goes.
Noodle heaven.
Yeah, definitely some long mints here. Not too bad in terms of release points. They're a little bit, there's some congruency on both hands there, so it's not complete. Oh, now it's starting to get a little bit trickier. There we go. Started off kind of tame with the release points all being rather nicely placed, but at the end they're trying to change that. Oh, geez, there we go. It's like a long-oriented pick, but it's got just really heavy chord usage. Hey, look, some rice, Ellen. Noodles and rice. Oh, look at those release points.
It's even worse when you look at Cryolan's side.
Oh. This is crazy. Like, this map as a whole has a rather low density when you compare it to something like 12 little fragments, but just as hard, if not harder, to perform for the higher level players, because I mean, it's a pretty well-known fact that release timing is something that a lot of players struggle with compared to just hitting straight chords.
Alright, so we've seen 2 maps, and I think we can already see the difficulty jump here.
Hyperspace, these are the finals maps.
Yeah, these are the maps for the finals map pool, and with that being said, this is also the last map pool we are going to see, as this map pool is used for the finals and the grand finals.
Yeah, so this is actually the last map pool you'll see for the Osmania 7K World Cup 2016.
Yes, and that is going to wrap up that song for this map pool. We'll be moving on to our next one in just a moment.
I think Locked has having a bit of nostalgia moment here.
Cannot blame him.
I think the best thing about this is the when you look at the map description, it just says you need warm up.
Oh man, this is something I've actually seen played before. This is really tough. Mind if I introduce this one?
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right, so this next map in the map pool showcase is Resurrection Spell. Hello to all our Toho fans. This is a very familiar one here. It's a Zune song remixed by Leaf, creator of P-Course, rather familiar 7K creator there. Star difficulty of 6.61 with a length and drain time of 214. BPM is listed as 90, but obviously it runs at probably about 180 there. I'd say it's double tempo there. And just without even looking at any of the notes, because I've seen this a couple of times, this map is just relentless in terms of chord streaming. I mean, it does not let up. I'm really excited to see some of these really familiar songs here. Like, I recognize a good majority of this map pool just by looking at it, and that speaks volumes about how much the players are going to be familiar with, and how many of the followers who are keeping eyes on these higher level players, they're going to know these maps too, and that's great for, you know, watching.
Ah, that's the one. I think this is the original was Reach for the Moon.
Yes.
I knew the song in my head. Like, I know this one. I know this one. I even know who mapped it.
Yeah, you'd definitely be correct. Oh man, just makes me want to start playing Toho right after this showcase.
And I haven't played Toho in years.
I actually just pulled up Toho the other day because I broke out my old external hard drive and I have Toho 9 on there.
Phantasmagoria Flower View, so much fun. Oh, the patterns in this map, lots of it's congruent, but in the worst way possible, because there's only one lane in between the chords, and as such you're creating bracket streams, and that is not easy to contend with. Despite the overall difficulty and patterns, I have a feeling that this is going to be a rather popular pick for our really strong teams like China, South Korea, potentially Japan, because it's very consistent. There's not too much in the way of spikes here.
Just listening to this is actually making me miss 2011 when these songs were just like everywhere.
Okay, let's hope
Oh,
that these two
yeah.
teams face off next to each other and have similar situations in terms of how the teams play. Because look at that score gap.
What score gap?
You say that one more time, I swear, Deadbeat. I swear.
Swear
Yeah.
what?
Let that sink in. 1 million point max per player and separated by 300 points. Wow.
I would say that they are pretty equally matched then. No, that's just really lucky, if you ask me. That's hard to do.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, on to the next map.
Oh man, I love this song.
Would you like to intro then?
Unfortunately, I don't have all my screens available at the moment, so someone that has the ability to pull up all the info should definitely intro it, but I could talk a little bit about the song afterwards, no problem.
You want to take it up, Deadbeat?
I'm running the pronunciation through my head and I'm drawing blanks. By the way, I tried to off-ship it to T-Trot.
Well, it's Taiko no Tatsujin, Haka Ryoyan? Ryo Oren. Blah, 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 blah. That's what
Riorin?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Riorin. Riorin.
Yaka Ryoran.
That's a guess. Yeah, showing up here with a 6.5 star rating, 2 minutes and 11 seconds at a BPM of 148. That's quite the low pace compared to the other stuff we've seen.
Low pace doesn't mean it's going to be easy, though.
Oh, not at all. If anything, it's probably going to introduce some pretty nasty spikes somewhere along the lines. I'm curious about the notes for this.
I am too, as like I've definitely played this on its original format, Taiko, where it came from. So this should be pretty interesting to see it changed out to a 7K format.
Yeah, so according to our map notes here, this is actually a pretty technical pick, a good mix of everything in here, and quite apparent just watching already. Short, long notes here, actual length, long notes, some chords, a lot of balance.
The end should be good, though. Definitely looking forward to the end.
One thing that I'd like to point out about this map that's probably going to be interesting to watch here is the short and long notes here are almost trivial in terms of timing. Like most players are just going to tap it and move on, but it's the fact that you have to notice them in the playfield as you're trying to contend with other things. And that could make for situations where players actually get mixed up as they're trying to do other things here. Like these are pretty simple because they're, you know, away from the action, but there were a couple that were just in between all sorts of stuff, like right here now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, geez. Look at this mix of stuff now. What in the heck is going on here? It's like you guys barely have enough room to do anything with the longness coming in, but no, we don't care. We're just going to put absolutely everything we can anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking at the next map.
Yeah, I had a feeling you, of all people, would get a kick out of that.
This is gonna be good.
Deadbeat, you, my friend, are probably the more prolific standard player here. I think you should have the honor of introducing this next one.
Yeah, we're getting Imperius and Melida. Oh dear. For those of you who don't know, there's a standard map set of this, and it was the tiebreaker in the Oswald Cup finals showcase, or final map pool, and it was actually played. There was quite a lot of hype surrounding that, and by quite a lot, I mean probably one of the most hyped moments in the Oswald Cup history.
Yeah, that was as good as it gets.
That was amazing. I'm pretty sure half of us were literally just shouting into our microphones.
It was happening actually when the other commentators, I think it was like Chippy and...
Oh yeah, Chippy just went... He just went like... He just lost it.
It was pretty much... Whoa, oh, at that moment. A lot more energy put into it at that time. But yeah, it was lots of O's and oh my god. Is this happening? This is happening.
Yeah. Just some statistics about the map here. Of course, everyone knows this map is infamous for its length. It is almost 6 minutes long, running at a drain time of 542, runs at a BPM of 155, but you know what? Don't let the moderate pace fool you. This has a star rating of 7.85.
I'm also pretty sure we saw this as a warm-up earlier.
Yes, who did that? I do remember seeing this.
It was last weekend, wasn't it?
I was wondering if it was actually in this round. I could be wrong, though. But yeah, definitely no earlier than the quarterfinals.
I don't think warm-up yesterday. I'm gonna go have a look.
One thing I definitely have to say here is it's really nice to have a 7-key version of this, because with 7-key you have a lot of real estate to make something really, really intense. And there is a 4-key map for this, and really well done job by Harbiter to actually make this for 4-key. But it's not as intense as it can be just because there's not enough room for you to do a lot of logical things, whereas here, I mean, you can stack up the layering beyond belief and actually make it really painful for the players here.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's something we've been seeing going on. When you see 4-key maps and then you see the 7-key ones, you can see the layering gets a lot more complex, and it's just the more keys you have, the more ability you have to do something like that. This is actually pretty interesting to see in 7-key, as we've seen this in just about every other game mode.
I also point out that one of the notes we have for this map wishes you to die, probably.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I could see that looking at these patterns here. I mean, you're smashing 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, and very quickly, I might add. Actually, just a little earlier in the song, there were actually jacks that were 6-note chords that you had to just repeat at a really high speed.
Apparently, this is one of the most brutal maps out there. And I don't doubt that for a second.
I mean, it might be brutal, but I think we've seen brutaler than, you know. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that we've seen harder maps than this.
I'm just going to trust the judgment of the map selectors and say that they are out to kill players, and rightfully so, because again, it is the finals.
Finals hype?
You want hard maps, we give you hard maps.
Hey, look at this section here. Straight chords, nothing less than 3 notes, it looks like. Oh, there's a couple of 2s here, but look at this. Ow. Hey, now we lost to 3 hits, and now there's nothing less than 4. Okay. Oh, there's a couple. Map having this many jacks is really brutal on stamina there.
Well, it's definitely keeping its promise to try to kill you, I assume.
Yeah.
This map is... I can't even imagine players going through this. Like, this map, just as a 4-key player, if you were to compress this kind of density into 4 keys, you know, having a bunch of doubles and triples here, most players would be burnt out by this point of the map, and I can't even imagine how much worse that feels when you've got 3 extra lanes. Oh, those chords, it doesn't stop.
This map doesn't stop, it just keeps going.
I can definitely understand why this is listed as one of the most brutal maps in the pool. I mean, the amount of chord streaming that you've got to sustain for the length of the song, not to mention there's actually a lot of jacks in here. Players are not going to be contending really nicely with this, I think. I think there's going to be some decently low scores compared to the skill level of the teams remaining. Oh my god, that ending. Oh. I am in pain just looking at this.
It looks like our showcase players seem to be in pain just playing this. Accuracy's not even getting over that 95% margin.
I'm looking forward to see if this gets picked next week. Alright, I think I should probably be introducing this one since it's a senior map.
Go for it.
Yes, no, up next we have Tsukini Murakumo Hana Nikaze. Boom.
A plus, A plus.
Okay, the one that he can pronounce, I can pronounce too, and that makes me sad.
So this is actually another 17 VA map, which I think we've seen a few of his stuff throughout this tournament.
Yeah, he's a pretty prolific mapper, and you tend to see more of his stuff in the 7 key area.
Yes, this is a 7.29 star rated map with a length of 3 minutes 2 seconds and a BPM of 160.
I love the note here, and I think that probably is going to speak a lot about how this map is created. If you see the artist and mapper, you know what to expect. Apparently, this is par for the course for Senya and 17VA together.
I like the note below that. You want to read that one out as well, or should I do it?
You can go ahead and do that one.
The note directly below that says Senya, the new trip side.
Oh man,
How many singers have they gone through?
I wouldn't even begin to know. No, release timing hell here. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, those long notes. Okay.
Ooh, wait. I like this. You've got some pretty aggressive chord streaming, but it's just a balance of these long notes and oh wow, these are really tricky. Shields abound. Quite a few of them there. Oh, that mess of shields. What in the world? See, I don't play a lot of 17, so I don't know what to expect when I see 17VA, and now I'm starting to be very much afraid. Oh, man.
I get the feeling this will probably be avoided by people who can't play long notes that well. Okay, yeah.
That was quite rude. This is quite rude. 17VA is quite rude.
Think there's a chance this might even get found out a couple of times?
I want to see this get picked by two teams that are really solid at long notes, where they're confident enough to not ban it.
I just noticed what Krylin said in the multiplayer chat.
I didn't catch it.
Wait, where's my break? Did someone promise you a break, Krylin? They lied.
They lied. Locked off confirmed.
Apparently Krylin promised himself one.
Whoops. Finals Matt Pool expecting breaks? What is wrong with you? Oh, man.
I got the first lyrics of the song name.
The reaction.
I can see our players here are so happy to be seeing the origami.
Oh yeah,
Cryolian.
that's totally happy right there.
Cryolian. Kamikaze and Starry, why?
Okay, this is beautiful. They're like, why? Why are you doing this to us? Our note says, a rather easier pick in the pool. Just the combination of those two things is beautiful.
It's the slowdowns. They're scared of the slowdown.
And it looks like we're going to be getting going.
should probably also mention that this is an XI or She song. The map creator is Blocko. Star difficulty of 6.54, a drain time of 1 minute and 54 seconds, and 98 BPM.
Yeah, 98 BPM start probably, but definitely picks up pace here. Very familiar song here. I actually I asked the question on the stream, why Kamikaze and Starry, and I got a nice response from Kamikaze because it only gets worse, man.
Yep, I'll accept that response.
This little mix of SVs here, nothing like some of the stuff we saw earlier on, just very fair and tempo reduction here, just visually affecting the players, but not doing too much in the way of, you know, aesthetic tricks. This seems pretty much a par for the course for Origami here in terms of what we could expect. Decent amount of chord, a lot of streaming, really nicely placed patterns to the piano, which is just all over the place in terms of pitch. I can understand why this is mentioned as an easier pick, but that notion alone is absolutely terrifying compared to the fact that we've still got a lot of the map pool to go, and if this is one of the easier picks, help us all. Help us all.
Yeah, the misses on both of our map showcase players, not too bad here. This definitely looks to be one of the more lenient ones so far in the pool, only seeing 15 misses from Evening and 28 misses from Zerlin.
I had a feeling there was going to be some talk about this.
Oh boy.
If he were here, I would totally tell him to introduce this map because it would just be perfect.
Just seeing the name Doppelganger makes me cringe anymore after seeing some of the 4-key stuff on various games that I've seen.
Yeah, Doppelganger is quite rude.
Do we even need to say anything about this?
I'm sorry?
Talk about this one? I'm pretty sure most people with how brutal Doppelganger maps can be.
Yeah. It's like, we'll make it quick. 280 BPM, 8.1 stars, 2 minutes 24 seconds. I mean, ow.
Just prepare your fingers and hope for the best.
Prepare your fingers, more like prepare your entire body. This one's going to be rough, folks.
Loktav, of course, having a little bit of banter in the MP room just because of his most recent Taiko difficulty. Almost forgot to actually mention, this is mapped by Gingin. So,
yeah.
Another high-end difficulty Gingin map.
Alright, well here we go.
Those opening SVs, oh, we're already in for a treat.
Really, Gingin? Really?
Those long notes were very, very cool in terms of pitch relevancy. I like that. I like when I get to notice little details like that as a mapper, in addition to being a player. Oh,
That's rather
Gingin.
calm. And then the SVs.
I have a feeling we won't be seeing very much of this.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Like, not only are we gonna be brutal on, you know, your fingers or your whole body, we're just gonna, you know, mess with your eyes a bunch too, with SB changes all over the place.
One thing I definitely got to look at here, which is a little bit interesting, despite the density, the patterns look kind of smooth. Oh, the chord usage is definitely... What are those long notes? Gingin, stop that. Oh, jeez. I don't know how many times we're going to see this map. I expect this to be banned quite a bit. I actually received note earlier on in the map, and again from Kamikaze, who sent me another message, saying that the little face in between the difficulty there apparently means overjoy. So for those of you who are a bit bigger and more competitive play, there's a little bit of a note for you guys. Oh, those chords.
I get the feeling this is probably going to be the expansion ensemble.
Our poor map, our map pool showcase players here, definitely feeling the strength of our finals map pool. The misses are quite high, even getting 101 misses on that with a 90% accuracy, and Cyrilin not far behind with 68 misses and a 92%.
Another noteworthy thing there is Evening actually got more 300s than Rainbows. Whoops.
Oh, looks like we actually have a Kamikaze map up next. Kami-sama Nijimaki.
Oh, poor Zach. He's not going to get to see or hear Gumi.
We will have to make sure to fill him in on what he missed.
Looks like the players are going to be facing more SVs with this map.
Ah, the SV sadist strikes again.
Again, this is one of the easiest maps in the pool. Anyway, while we wait for this map to start, that's one of the lowest star ratings, 6.01, length of 3 minutes 38, and the beating of 284. Oh boy.
That's just a little bit fast. Just a little.
Well, the difficult name is It's Killing Me. So, I think we can expect some great things from this.
No one saw I am not Halogen. Halogen's the other guy over here.
Yes, guys, Halogen is not a girl. It's worth mentioning that.
What are you talking about?
Okay, apparently I'm being corrected. Apparently Halogen is the prettiest girl.
He's the prettiest princess. What are you talking about? And this is supposed to be one of the easier maps on the map pool. Okay.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Apparently, Evening needed to be resurrected with Phoenix down.
Oh dear.
Yeah, hopefully we get going pretty soon here.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon he's going to get picked up a bit next week?
I feel like this might be one of the go-tos for opening up matches, in all honesty. It
Very
does look,
dependent on the SVs.
yeah, it does look like it's quite difficult, but it looks like this might be one of the ones that's more selected. I'm going to kind of throw song choice into that mix, though, because Gumi, who doesn't love Gumi?
Zach?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't even realize it was playing.
No.
The map was there, but it didn't even start for us.
Yeah, I had that issue a little bit ago as well. I noticed restarting the client seems to help sometimes.
Or update the map.
Oh well.
Because I had the issue with Emagari.
Oh jeez.
Okay, Twitch chat has been left in charge with a very important task. You are to come up with the puns for Underdog's Surprise. How can you not make a pun to this?
No.
Oh boy. I'm looking forward to seeing what Twitch chat can come up with this.
Yeah, I like the map description there. Not in our notes, but the actual description itself for the map.
You're not charting to make fun. You're charting to make challenge. It's not fun.
You might want to stop a
It's
line
not
short.
fun to challenge. Oh, okay. I'm not reading that last line. That should
Yeah,
probably
you
remove.
probably should, yeah.
Oh, of course it's Aqua who did this.
Uh-huh.
And evening is now confirmed whale.
So a quick little recap on this song here. 7.08 star difficulty with a drain time of 324, running at 200 BPM, but two really noteworthy things here, especially for any teams that might not have some solid players. This is an OD10 map, overall difficulty 10, and it's got an HP drain of 9.2, so the life bar is somewhat unforgiving on this map, and also going to be difficult to maintain really strong accuracy because of the OD10. Oh, that lane 1-2 trill, yikes. And these chord streams are very hyper aggressive here. Something I'm looking at and realizing in the chart is there's a lot of implicit trilling in the chord streaming. It's like the trills are hard to pick up because of how heavily layered it is, but that's got to be tiring on players because they're constantly having to repeat multiple taps on the same finger, and they don't even realize they're doing it because of how dense the chord streaming is.
I was actually busy doing something else. Yeah, 15 of it. Shit. Did we go over the map metadata?
I do not believe we did.
Yeah, I mentioned the statistics on the map, but yeah, the metadata would be a quick thing to do. Go for it.
Yes, we've started rating at 7.08, a length of 3 minutes 24, and a BPM of 200.
Yeah, I mentioned mapped by, I believe it's Acute. I actually don't know how to pronounce his name.
I just hit Aqua.
Aqua.
Yes, Echo.
Aqua?
Or
Okay.
Echo. Makes more sense.
Just get an Aqua. That's what I'm used to.
Think. I'm not 100% sure. It wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong. Definitely won't be the last time.
It totally would be the first time. You're so perfect. What are you talking about? Come on, Z-Shot.
Oh, no. All right, but... Okay, never mind. I thought it was over, and then there was just an extra little bit of have fun. It does look like our map pool players here are handling a little bit better. Rather than playing with hidden, Still managing to pull 93% accuracy, 67 misses. Evening with a 93 as well, 64 misses. It does look like our players for the Map Pool Showcase are pretty even in skill terms, so that is good. Now, unfortunately, that's not too good for them because they still have a few more maps to play in this pool, so I hope their bodies are ready.
I don't think I saw any Underdog Supremacist puns in Twitch chat either. I'm disappointed. Hard?
Yes.
Not the SHD? Okay.
Yeah, like, those difficulties, I mean, yikes. So, like, just a note here, this beat map has 4 difficulties, and the one listed as easy on this, obviously not the one that's being played here, is listed as a 4.81 star difficulty.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, the players are actually going to be playing the hard difficulty of this set, which has a star rating of not too much higher, just 7.8. PPM of 168, drain time of 204.
Oh no, it's not hard at all, man. I mean, our easy's only 4. Let's just double it for our hard.
Artist of the song is Zayemi, title Music Revolver, and created by N. Tozer. Apparently this is a song
scaling?
Apparently this is a song from the Taiko no Tatsujin series.
It does look like that, yes.
Well, that is the source, so I would imagine so.
I can't get it out of my head though. This is a hard. It is 7.8.
Yep.
Oh man.
It's actually pretty old map too, from 2013.
Oh god, the SHD. Thankfully we're not doing that, but that's 8.8 stars, so just another mile above that. I'm more so interested in how a song that's only 168 beats a minute got a star rating of almost 8.
I don't want to know. Well, I will say this. I do like how they edited the background a little bit to say chart by Enter the and there. I do like when you have like little changes like that.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of back in the earlier stages where we had what was that Hatsune Miku song where they had like a cell phone and it had the metadata inside of the little display there.
Oh, Uni.
That's Uni, that's it. Ouch, this chord streaming and long note business is just not cool. Ouch.
Oh my god.
You're doing dense chord streaming on top of holding long notes, so 2 pretty difficult things to manage on their own, put together to just absolutely wreak havoc.
Okay, hey Legend, did you actually read the beatmap description for this?
I did not.
You might want to read the beatmap description.
Oh boy. Oh geez, and I think we might be getting a taste of it now. What in the world's going on? Long note streams, actual streams in between. The long notes are creating all sorts of shields. The timings are different on the release points. This is ridiculous. Ow. Very much a justifiable star rating increase now.
Yes, like I'm just looking at the
Evening failed.
Yeah.
either you're really behind or I'm really far ahead.
Things
I don't
just got a
know.
little bit weird there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so in the map description it says SHD 99.9% done. This is basically hard. So apparently an 8.84 is the equivalent of a hard now.
Well, I do know that star rating with the mania maps is a little bit on the rough side. Oh look, we got our players sweating. They
And now
just need some more unraveling destruction in their life.
And now they get a 5-minute long 8.29 star difficulty map to continue the sweating.
Oh no.
This song is just amazing. Tadish and Mega did an awesome job putting this composition together, and I mean, 5 minutes of hell, probably.
Yeah, we detonated. Sorry. Yeah, touch. I was gonna. This is gonna be good.
I just got a message from Kamikaze saying you're in for a treat now. You're gonna love this map.
It's
Oh
never
no.
a good sign for the players.
Starry, Kamikaze, what are you two doing?
Mischief.
They're trying to break the players.
I think that worked.
I don't even
Three
think
maps
break
ago.
the players. I don't even think they're trying to break the players now. I think it's just a matter of disintegrating them.
Let's see
They
if
want
we can
nothing
make
left.
them just fail.
Nothing. But yeah, mapped by CL. Went through the metadata already, but again, just a reiteration, 8.29 stars, 4 minutes and 50 second drain time at 180 BPM. I like one of the notes that we have as commentators for the finals map pool contest comments, and I'm just going to outright read it here. If it gets
Yes.
played even once, I can die in peace.
No, I actually remember seeing that one earlier.
Alright, and it looks like we're about to get into this one. This is quite the long song here.
There is actually a note here that is actually fairly appropriate. This map is all you could ask for. It starts off rather tame with simple aliens and chords, but quickly shows you what it's all about. So, Harrison, you're an SV fan. What do you think of that?
Oh, I'm always going to love SVs. No issues there. Those are pretty cool. Actually, I have a little bit of a history with this particular song and doing some really crazy stuff with it, but it's not pertinent to Mania or anything like that. Oh, look, a really subtle SV cut. Chart's still really tame, though.
Yeah, give it some time.
Well, I would assume that with the length of the map, I kind of imagine that it's not going to be too crazy. I mean, there might be a few sections that get really ridiculous, but I feel like overall it should probably be pretty tame just on how long it is.
A really good mixed pick here. You're getting a nice dose of everything. It's just building and building. Oh man, that is a whole other level of rigidity there. Streams in between those long notes, which are of reasonable length, and I mean, it's creating implicit shields all over the place just because of how dense it is. Ooh, those chord streams are quite rough.
Those SVs though.
That last SV. Oh, this map is just absolute hell. I mean, no real breaks here. The stream is really tough to go through. There's a lot of short, long notes, a lot of longer, long notes here. I mean, this is an amalgamation of just hell here. I really do get a dose of everything. So just all sorts of different kinds of SVs, lots of long notes, lots of chord streaming, lots of regular streaming, lots of everything. Definitely believing the map selectors here when they say we're going to be in for a treat. This density is everything unholy.
I feel for evening.
Yeah, his exits are quite
I would
good.
imagine it's going to continue to take a dip. I mean, look, they've been playing this for so long. The strain has got to be nuts. They've been playing every other song in the map pool as well. My fingers would be a gooey consistency of mush at this point.
Man, this map is ridiculous. Any team who's got the guts to pick this, props to them.
I feel like next week we should hopefully be seeing a lot of player rotations.
I would hope so. You don't want to. That's one thing. If you've got a full roster, you should probably use it to your best ability. I mean, don't let one of your players, even if they're really good, that could be a break. That could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You over push one of your high-end players, and the stamina gets to them. I even feel that even the professionals have a collapsing point.
For evening, I go from F'ing the map from semis to failing. Anyway, up next we have a very familiar artist coming back.
Oh boy.
Would you like the honors, Zetrop?
Well, I can talk a little bit about it, but I can't really do too much in terms of we've actually heard this before. This is Satori Dipan, or Satori Dipan, however you want to go about it. But this is a gore shit map, and if anyone here has ever played any of the stuff that that guy puts out, or played any of the maps that are here on us, or any other music game for that matter, you should know that this stuff gets really ridiculous pretty quick.
Yes, this is the star range of 6.52, length of 2 minutes 21 and BPM 90. That's
actually
weirdly misleading.
Yeah. Super incredibly misleading. I was about to say, that sounds like it's actually tame, but I don't feel like it's going to be tame at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
the BPM listing is listed as 90, but just listening to what we can hear already, this BPM is well in the 200s. I'd say it's probably in the 220, 230 region.
I'm just loving the female description. Warning, this map is seriously difficult. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Probably just a little bit of a star rating. Or they're probably with the fact that the BPMs kind of switched around. Just 6 more maps to go, guys.
Uh-oh.
Ireland ran.
Cryolian is done. I've had enough. Oh, it's not have a fingers, he shall return shortly. It's just a matter of when somebody snaps fingers.
I like how even in the game, like these really good rolls outside of the actual roll phase.
Yeah, and then when the tournament match comes around, he'll roll 1/10 of that. Oh man, where did Cryolian go? Come on now.
Well, I think we're going to be finding another person to replace Carlin.
Ah.
Yeah. I think they exploded.
The chat is calling for me to play, and I would not be able to even survive more than a second of these maps on 7K. I'm sorry. 7 key is not my game. Not yet, anyway.
Poor Eslin, yeah. Eslin, you okay to take over for the showcase?
She stepped away for a bit.
Ah.
Looks like the Twitch mob is calling for Gingin to come in. Revenge for Doppelganger. This is your punishment. Oh, wait, we might have... Maybe? No. We might be seeing Cryolian back in a little bit here.
Oh. I think so, actually. Yeah, we have a Cryolian back.
Here we go. Evening roll spoon guy. Evening roll toward it. Well then.
Damn potato didn't hit.
Powered by the tin can next to his bed. Don't ask why.
Alright, I think we're finally ready to get this one going.
Yep, here we go.
I feel like that's a Toho character.
No, I don't think so. It could be, but I doubt it. It might be a parody, though.
Oh man, this looks like a reincarnated Be My Pet, except much harder. Just right out of the gate, lots of streaming at a reasonably high tempo here. Oh man, this is definitely a stamina-oriented pick. I mean, there's chord streaming here, but it doesn't stop. It's not that heavy compared to some other stuff, but again, it just keeps running. It doesn't give you much time to breathe. Oh man, it's just relentless.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you see from the 4-shit map?
There you go, a little bit of breathing room. Ouch, look at our map pool showcase players' percentages.
Oh, we might see... Oh, no, it doesn't look like anybody's actually died.
No, just having some trouble sustaining that score. Thankfully, the pain isn't extremely long here. I mean, they're down to the last quarter of the map, thankfully. Oh, jeez. If you take into account the players that were actually, watching here, Evening, of course, being from the Singapore team and Cryolian from Malaysia, two decently strong teams, and these players are struggling, so one can only imagine how it's going to actually be in the finals.
Looks like we have another map from Blocko.
Oh, such a good song.
I know this song all too well thanks to Halogen over here.
I can't begin to count the amount of times I've played Fullerene Shift for this song. But yeah, map by Blocko. Artist is Void, very, very well-known artist, and we have Just Hold On to All Fighters, submitted only 5 days ago. 170 BPM with a 4-minute drain time, sitting just under 7 stars at 6.82. Also worth noting, inside of the beat map description, Blocko writes, "Just hold on to the long notes. You'll be fine, I promise."
Just hold on.
All right, we're about to get this underway here. Oh yeah, we're already getting hints of this being kind of a LN-oriented map.
It's staying true to its title. Just hold on.
Yeah, and this is pretty much what I expected for these parts here. I don't expect to be much in the way of the long notes right out of the gates because, you know, just lots of opportunity for plain streaming, not too much going on here. Then you've got the filter sounds in the song, and now there's a little bit more opportunity. The lengths of these long notes are rather trivial, so they're not too hard to actually hit, but now we're stepping it up a bit. Whew. Kicking up the pace there in that transition. Really heavy chord streaming, and then just a burst in between chords. That's pretty tough. Oh, starting to get a little bit more complex on the long note patterns here.
Brony dude, we have 5 more left.
And getting a little bit of an interlude here with the bridge of the song, but I can imagine that the chord streaming is going to pick it up a notch, and there's supposed to be quite a bit in the way of long notes at the end, so let's see what happens here. Oh, there we go. The song has let loose.
Yeah.
Really, really good chart structure too. All the melody, or all the notes for the melody are taking the long notes, and all of the, you know, all of the background sounds just filling in for the chord stream here, and it is really tough to read. Yeah, definitely complicated with the long note releases for sure. Like again, you've got a lot of streams where the long notes are short and the same length, but there's a couple of longer ones in there that could slip in and, you know, mess up your accuracy a bit. Oh, geez. Yeah, thanks for this, Blocko.
I just can't.
Yeah, I can barely process what's going on here. The long note density is really, really high. And even sections where you gotta read through long notes to hit bursts that are pretty high quantized there. That's tough to deal with.
This could potentially be untouched.
I don't know. I mean, all things considered with the rest of the map pool, this is a slightly more consistent pick. No idea. No idea at all.
Anyway, moving on. Up next, we have Zenithalize.
Evening gets to play its own map.
Yes, indeed. This is actually a map created by Evening.
I'm a little confused here.
Why?
Hold on a second, I might have the wrong difficulty maybe.
Because there's no star rating.
Yeah, there's no star rating at all, and that was just a little confusing. I wanted to make sure I wasn't completely crazy here.
You know what? 7.08 star map, so. It doesn't show it in the beam listing for some reason, but it shows it in the actual map thread.
Whoa, what is going on? Interesting. So I'm looking at our notes here, and this is not something we've come across too frequently here, but apparently this map is laced with polyrhythms. And for those of you in Twitch who are not familiar with the term polyrhythms, it basically means that you're dealing with two different incongruent rhythms that together make a really, really funky timing. So think basically like 1/4 snap and 1/6 snap at the same time. It makes all sorts of ridiculous flams and bursts and all sorts of stuff. So we'll get to see how messy this map gets pretty soon, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'm actually starting to see the polyrhythms now. Those short little 3-note bursts are the result of a polyrhythm. And there was a bit more in the way of polyrhythms in the transition to this section as well. Overall, though, this map seems a little bit easier than some of the stuff we've seen.
Yeah, just looking at the players' percentages, it definitely seems like it's one of the easier ones. And of course, Evening is still holding at 99% over there.
Oh, there's some more polyrhythms here. It's really hard to tell exactly what rhythms those are, but the creation of the really, really tight 2-note gallops there are definitely showing as to why there's a bunch of just polyrhythms and everything there.
I haven't actually heard the term polyrhythm before, to be honest.
Yeah, it just basically is the result of two incongruent rhythms where you'll have like in music theory you'll have like eighth notes, or which is one note every, or yeah, 2 notes every beat, and then 12th notes, which is 3 notes every beat. It creates some really funky notes in between, and there's some more polyrhythms in there. It looks like that map looks quite difficult to get good accuracy on though.
Yeah, that ending kind of ramped it up a good bit there. All right, coming up here next, we're going to see Slit O. Beat map creator is Nivrad00. Star difficulty of 6.96, drain time of 1:45, and 165 BPM.
Yes, and we're actually getting ever so closer to that lovely tiebreaker.
So something I'm actually noticing about this map pool, there's quite a bit less in terms of length here.
I don't know. I feel like some of the songs that were played were a little bit on the draining side. Then we got to some of the lower time pick ones, which was a good balance. I feel like it's been balanced out. There's some stuff that will definitely be a little bit more stamina taxing on our players, but there's also a few things that they'll be able to pick and just go through without really hurting their stamina too much. I feel like there's a good choice here. Like this one does look like one of the easier ones here. Both of our map pool players seem to be doing quite decent with this one.
They're definitely comparatively easier to some of the other stuff here. You know, I mean, all things considered, despite the length being shorter on some of these maps, it's not even mattering. They're still brutal no matter how you look at it. Looking at the list here, it seems like 10 of our songs are under 3 minutes this time, so a little bit less. A little bit less in the way of length for the overall map pool.
Yeah, I feel like that might just be because we had a couple 5-minute ones, if I'm not mistaken, or was that just that one?
I think there were a couple. Weave Detonator broke the 5-minute mark, and I believe there was one other one that was rather close to. Oh yeah, no, Furiosa Melodia and 12 Fragments of Silence were also about 5 minutes.
He was gonna say Furiosa, dude. How could you forget about that one?
I feel like that's probably why we're seeing some of the under 3-minute picks as well, just kind of balance that off.
Oh, geez. That ending was really, really tough. Just chords letting loose, bursts everywhere, not friendly whatsoever.
Still, our players there both only receiving 6 misses with a accuracy overall around 97% for both parties.
The next map is something that's pretty well known in the Mania community, I'm sure. Oh my. So, we have SSH's Intersect Thunderbolt, mapped by LJ Candy Lee. This one's been sitting for a while. This was ranked in early 2014 and submitted in 2013, so one of Osmania's earlier maps for sure. 6.25 star rating with a drain time of 204, runs at 250 BPM. Seen this map played a couple of times by some really high-level players, and as Twitch chat seems to be mentioning here, and I will have to definitely agree just based off of the construction of the map itself, this map is very physically demanding because of the way it's structured. Now, despite that mention, though, both players doing a pretty good job here, but of course we have the very, very well-known guitar solo coming in the second half of the song. Not too far away from here, so we'll see how bad the scores take a bit of a drop here.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Not for their finger. This is gonna be fun to watch. Do you think we'll see below 95 hits? Do you think
Very
their accuracy is gonna dip?
Very dependent on how the solo is mapped here.
Oh!
Yeah, definitely really taking a little bit of a mean approach there.
Oh, those jacks on the center key.
A little bit of rhythm mixing there too. 1/4 snap for the melody, but there was a couple of 1/3 for some percussion there. So again, very slight, very, very, very subtle polyrhythm usage. Not much though. Yeah, and this map's just got some pretty harsh patterning throughout. I mean, very abrasively put together.
It looks like our players are actually able to keep that 95 threshold up, it looks like, for the most part.
And not too far away. Cryolian just falling below, even barely hanging on. A really short song, though, so I mean, that speaks volumes. Definitely tiring. I love our notes for this upcoming map. You guys should definitely take a look at the comments doc here, because you'd get a very good laugh.
Pretty sure I've already read it. Ah, yes. Yes, I've read these ones. Quest 2.
I'm assuming this is intended to be the Hellspawn reincarnate of 10,000 tons of anonymous letters from the semifinals here.
I'm more interested in the note above it when it gets worse too, but I think I'll leave that one.
Yeah, we'll keep that one to ourselves. All right. Yeah, what's going on? This is a really different map. Like, just when you think you have your bearings, you just get swept by long notes on both hands, and they're just so abrupt, but they all have, you know, really complex release points. Oh, that shrill! Oh my god. Yeah, definitely a tough mix of patterns here. Oh, these patterns are so brutal. Oh man, that ring finger, index finger trill on the right hand there, extremely fast before that next section. There's been a couple of those. These maps are all so difficult just watching up here that it's hard to say what's all going to get banned and what's not, because what looks to be incomprehensibly difficult compared to other maps might not be as bad.
Oh, goodness. That looked painful.
Another bit of long note mixing there with release timings being differentiated. Just this map looks really hard to read in terms of, or really hard to time because of having to read all of those really tough release points. Yikes. Barely holding those S ranks.
Tiebreaker hype.
Hype!
Yes, Tiebreaker Hype. This is the last song that we are going to see released in this map pool for the last map pool. And you bet your butts it's going to be a good one.
For our tiebreaker, we have Nicodic Sickles.
Overflow. Gingin's overflow.
One day we will have Circles as a tiebreaker. But for today, we will be having Blue Zenith.
Oh, that sounds mean. Like 2 seconds into it, and that sounds just.
Have you not had Blue Zenith?
Oh no, I've definitely heard Blue Zenith before. I'm just trying to think of it in the 7-key standard format. And yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna see if it's what I think it's gonna be.
Well, that's 9.17 stars.
Yeah, that's what I think it's gonna be.
I still want to see Circles.
Tiebreaker to the tiebreaker if for any reason they end up with the same score under some ridiculously almost impossible circumstance.
Both teams get 3 million.
All right, and we are going to get underway. This is the last map we are going to see introduced in this tournament.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what I was thinking.
So we've seen these kinds of chord streams before, but we have to wonder what is going to make this the difficulty that it is. As Aslan mentioned, this is a 9.17 star map. So we've got to wait and see to figure out what's going to bring that difficulty up, because this seems somewhat comparable to some of the things we have seen, although it's starting to ramp up kind of quickly here.
Did you want the shorter tiebreakers at only 4 minutes though?
4 minutes and 13
holds.
seconds. Yeah, the long notes are stepping up a little bit. This is still pretty reasonable, though, given the star rating. I think there's going to be more to see in the upcoming chorus. Making a return to the chord streams here, and some long notes dispersed throughout here. It's still rather tame compared to the 9-star rating. We got to figure out what's really going to bump that difficulty up. Oh, there we go. Some little taste of the long notes there. And there goes the long note stream. So there's a little bit more of a difficulty boost here. Oh, jeez. Also worth mentioning here, a little bit of a scoring element because the streams here are 1/4 snap, but the melody is also 1/3 snap. So again, just like with a couple of previous maps, there are some polyrhythms in here to really mess with accuracy.
Sorry, map's not hard enough. Neither have failed yet.
That's a good point.
Yeah, now, mind you, they haven't failed, but their accuracies are dipping down to, oh my god!
Oh, jeez, there we go. We may have spoken soon. I mean, this is starting to step up. There's long notes here, there's constant streaming, there's jacks, there's everything now. These players have got to be getting tired. Oh, we're starting to see life bars falling here.
There we go. Now it's hard enough.
Now we're starting to see what merits that difficulty. These are just O2 Jam style long notes here. I mean, the board is completely filled. There's nothing to read through outside from these long notes and releases. Oh, jeez.
That was the 90 mark. Oh, Cyril and Carolyn, no!
Survived by the skin of... Oh, no, he's saying he failed in the chat, but it looked like he survived by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, that is definitely a, I
jeez.
failed. With higher score, yeah, that's definitely a death.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, so with Blue Zenith Stratosphere's difficulty concluding, that is actually going to end the finals map pool showcase. And I've got to say, what a showcase it was.
Indeed, there was a lot of. It was pretty good. It was diverse this time. I mean, some of the song lengths are a little bit on the long side. I could see if a team picks all the long stuff, definitely being exhausted near the end of that. But it should be pretty interesting here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we do have the schedule for next week already up, but I would assume just like every week before, the schedule will be updated shortly after the stream, so make sure to check the Wikipedia page for more information. And remember, we will be back next week to start week 1 of the finals. I hope everybody's ready for that. I'm pretty excited, and we'll be able to see a lot of great matches go on.
Before we go, big round of applause to Star and Kamikaze for the excellent map pools that we've had this tournament.
Yeah, I really, really wanted to get in there and say something about that too. Kamikaze and Star absolutely outdone themselves with the 7-key map pool. The level of diversity throughout this entire tournament has been absolutely incredible, and they deserve commendation for that. So, guys, a round of applause for Kamikaze and Starry for just stepping up and picking a really, really good set of map pools.
Woo! I'd clap, but I'm using push to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So good job,
The
guys.
struggle is the push to talk.
See, I
I
did
just
it.
figured it out.
There we go.
Like, hold your elbow on the...
Yeah, it doesn't work for me because I'm pushing M5.
You'll never know.
But yes, again, map pool will be up. Map pool pack will be up in the next few days along with the schedule. So if you want to look for that, it will be on the wiki. We will be back next week for the finals. And just remember, guys, there is still time to purchase one of those lovely profile banners. You know you want one. You want one.
Yeah, you know you want one. And remember, Rhythm's only a click away, and we'll see you all next weekend. Have a good one.
shot for real.